let's go to Mercury Yaden for our introductions.
The following contest is a WWE ID Showcase. Introducing first, from Sacramento, California, Timothy Thatcher. And his opponents, from Mount Olympus, in perfect condition, the real life action figure, Gaul!
And there you have it, folks. WWID Showcase, ready to go. Timothy Thatcher, Gaul, the real-life action figure. Let's go.
The faithful picking sides, fully behind Thatcher. And here we go. We are underway, gentlemen.
Starting with a lockup. Here we go. Timothy Thatcher goes behind, and he's able to break those hands.
Both men looking to impress not only the RMP faithful, but they've got some big eyes on both of them right now.
Well, we saw Gaul had talked about teaching a lesson to the teacher. Talked about Timothy Thatcher walking around wanting to teach. Well, he has a lesson for him tonight. We'll see how they match up. Pretty evenly matched up, at the experience obviously in the favor of Timothy Thatcher.
Gaul has to bring his A game. World champion Gunther has said that Timothy Thatcher made him a better professional wrestler. That is the type of caliber of athlete that we're seeing here. Gaul better keep that arrogance in check if he wants to pick up the victory here tonight.
I mean, just look at the physique of Gaul there. I mean, he's not going to be, an easy night off for Thatcher as well. I think both of these men are ready to take each other to the limit. We're going to see that right here, right now.
He almost looks like a real-life action figure.
Hey,
imagine that.
An armbar applied by Timothy Thatcher. Back and forth they go. And a forearm right to the face of Thatcher, and a follow-up forearm. But Thatcher still with a European.
Nice offense there from Thatcher. Thatcher, again, over 20 years of experience.
and Thatcher had an opportunity to speak with him early on today. He says he doesn't wear knee pads because why would he put pillows over his weapons? And he was going to show that. He's going to put that on display for our Rocky Mountain faithful here at Aces Wild.
Very fair, and it's worked for 20 years, so why change it now?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And a big scoop, and a slam brings him down. In the middle of the ring, winds up, big elbow. Goes for the cover, we got one, and a 1 count.
Maybe a little overzealous going for that pinfall that soon. Oh,
look at that wrist lock.
Stretching out those tendons, stretching out the phalanges.
Really hard to wrestle if you can't grab. Working those fingers now onto the wrist. A lot of pressure going onto the shoulder there, but it looks like Gaul might have got up into the fit. Now he's into the beard.
I mean, it's the detriment that comes with a beautiful beard. You got to take what comes with it when you have something like that on you.
It's kind of like professional football. If you've got the long hair that hangs down, that's part of your jersey.
And Timothy Thatcher in the mix here, but Gaul he's got the advantage right now, but look at that reversal by Timothy Thatcher.
Staying on that arm, staying on the wrist. Now bringing it back the other way. Pressure brings it. Oh my goodness.
Trying to break his arm? I mean, that was vicious.
It's like he got him right on the elbow there, just stomped. The flat of the foot right across the elbow and right back to the arm. Brings it behind. Rolls him through in that hammerlock position.
Thatcher focusing on the arm, smells blood in the water. He's maybe thinking submission.
Look at that, with a face like that, he has no problem getting himself in there to get into a dominant position.
Right on the finger. Oh my God! Fingers first into the canvas, and Timothy Thatcher is in complete control right now here in Golden, Colorado.
Have you ever jammed a finger before?
I have, not like that though.
4 fingers at once? That was awful. Oh my goodness.
It looks like Gaul's kind of turning things around here. Momentum shift.
Forearm of his own to the face of Timothy Thatcher. Rips in, reverse.
Trying to shake off that pain there in the fist caused by Thatcher in that unorthodox offense.
Thatcher moves to that side headlock. A lot harder to fight that off when you've jammed 4 fingers.
Trying to get something here. Trying to get something going. Excellent reversal. Double shoulder attack.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at the strength of Gaul.
Catches in midair. Here we go.
Gaul had that smelled out. Oh, doing some squats.
Look at that. When you're in mint condition, there is no competition.
But it's not a good idea to try to show off when you're in the ring with someone like Timothy Thatcher, and it backfired on him quick. And now they're exchanging forearms and shots back and forth. Into the ropes goes Thatcher, and a reversal. Gaul into the ropes, big hip toss.
He got some height on that one.
Here we go, 1, 2. You got 2 that time, Dean.
Not it, not quite the 3 count.
And right back to that arm, to the hand, to the wrist.
That's a sign of a true professional right there. Somebody who can focus in on one body part. He sees that Gaul is struggling with that left arm, so we haven't seen Thatcher let off from that since the bell has rung.
Right back to it. What's he gonna do here? He's got him by the wrist and snaps it.
Wow.
I think he separated his shoulder there.
He's got to be. Ref needs to check on that. He's got to be hurt there.
Referee warning Thatcher to stay off of the throat. Meanwhile, just tearing at that arm.
I say Gaul just wants him to stay off his arm. And a shot right there to the midsection. Thatcher back in control of this one. And another forearm to the chest. Ref trying to get him out of the corner. European again. This one. Tries to whip him across the ring into the other corner. The reversal. And a running forearm to the face of Thatcher. And another reversal. Back to the other corner. And another forearm.
This thing has been very evenly matched. Both men looking to impress, but
that was an awkward landing by Timothy Thatcher.
Well, you're not going to make any friends doing that.
I don't think he's here to make friends here tonight, Dean. He's here to win. And he says he's tan, jacked, and ready to attack.
Check, check, and check, Tony.
Well, he's attacking right now. Timothy Thatcher was in pretty good control here throughout this matchup. Even at first, Timothy Thatcher was able to get the upper hand, but now it's all Gaul.
I think flexing is a huge mistake.
He made that mistake once and it didn't work out. Better watch out. Showing off again. Again, there is a task at hand, and that task is Timothy Thatcher, and you can't distract from that to try to show off. Show off by winning.
A lot of eyes on this matchup here. If he picks up his victory, he needs to stay on to the attack. And it seems that what he seems to be doing right now.
Gets that boot right in the throat.
All eyes on Colorado. All eyes on Rocky Mountain Pro. 2 amazing WWE ID prospects here in the quarry.
Look at that. Look at this cover.
And we just talked about that. What are you doing? Just a foot and a flex, showing off. He thinks he's got this one well in hand. Going to get himself in trouble.
You think he really believed he could have made the pin there, or do you think he's just trying to get in the head of Thatcher?
I believe the latter, big jumping elbow. But why wouldn't you try to end this thing when you could?
That's it. Oh, kicked out.
A little bit better of a cover on that time, but still only able to get the 2 count.
Thatcher needs to figure out how he can mount some offense. Gaul is really taking the lead here.
He stays on top. Thatcher showed a little bit of life there, but Gaul able to shut him down with a couple strikes. Knee to the back, and he slows it back down. In complete control now. And we know who the crowd here at the quarry is behind, and they're trying to will Timothy Thatcher to a position where he can get back in this thing.
You can hate on Gaul all you want, but he has got Thatcher in the center of the ring. Thatcher is in a bad way right now.
Thatcher getting to his feet. Elbow right to the stomach of Gaul. He wrenches that back in. Side headlock and a pick up.
Oh, there we go. That was the opening that Thatcher Thatcher was looking for. Can he capitalize?
Belly to back connects.
This is the momentum shift that Timothy Thatcher's been looking for, and it could be it. We could see the tide turn. Here we go.
Only able to get one on that one. You saw how long it took him to get over there to make the pin attempt. And another European. Those have all landed just square. Right on Gaul. Tries to fight back. Whip, reverse, and he hit that hard. Right in the corner, and he's back down onto the canvas.
Seems like he really kind of hurt his back there, signaling to the ref that his back's hurt, but Gaul going right back in the attack, relentlessly attacking. Ooh!
That is veteran ring awareness, even from his back. Thatcher is fighting.
Kicked him right in the hamstring. Oh, then he goes right back to it.
There is not an ounce of fear in Thatcher.
And Thatcher with the mounted strikes, trying to assert his dominance.
Yeah, Gaul got right on top of there. Now, I think he started taking it a little more serious. Thatcher's not going away.
Thatcher looked like maybe he was trying to hook that ankle, go for a submission. Gaul able to reverse it, keep himself in a standing position.
And this crowd letting Gaul hear it. Grabs the ankle, does Thatcher.
Looked like he was trying to go for an ankle pick there, but Gaul saw that one coming.
Sets him up.
What a suplex from Gaul.
Nice suplex right in the center of the ring. Not going for the cover, though. He's going to stay. Oh, no, he's doing push-ups.
Seems like a good time for some push-ups.
Well, one thing we can say throughout this match, this kid doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes, because every time he tries to do this, Thatcher starts coming back. And here we go.
There you go, another shot to the midsection.
And here we go. Both these competitors trading forearm shots, and big boot to the face, and out goes Timothy Thatcher on to the ground, almost right in front of us here.
Say what you want about the ego of Gaul here and some of the things he's done that are ill-advised, but you gotta know, like, he has been in control now for several minutes, and every time it looks like Timothy Thatcher is getting back in this thing, Gaul shuts him right back down. You gotta give credit where it's due.
I almost wonder if Thatcher was taking Gaul lightly before stepping into the ring here. Gaul again with that vicious attack, and there's that ankle pick.
Went right to it. Oh, man.
Oh, look at that. It's almost twisted all the way around.
And the torque on his ankle, on his knee.
This is where Thatcher is most dangerous.
But Gaul able to reach over and grab. Is he choking him?
Referee Alex making sure. Oh, I think he broke his finger. Thatcher is unconventional, but as unconventional as he is effective.
And Gaul trying to create some distance here. It looks like he's now look at that, he's baiting him a little bit. Got a kick to the midsection, series of forearm strikes to the face.
Fighting out of that corner. And another European. Every time Gaul gets going, Thatcher throws one of those Europeans. 2 in a row, then a forearm, and now just back and forth they go.
Ducks the hit. What is this going to be? Oh,
what a DDT.
Wow, planting him right on the top of his head.
Gentlemen, 1, 2, and oh my!
No way!
He could have done it if it wasn't such a cocky pin. I don't understand the game plan here.
Timothy Thatcher kicks out to continue on at 2. Gaul can't believe it. Grabbing his hand there. You can see the damage that has been done to that left hand by Timothy Thatcher, and Gaul just can't figure out, how do I put this guy away?
Crowd is behind Thatcher. They're coming alive. Thatcher, though, wrapped across that top rope. This is not good.
Clubbing blows across the chest.
He better be careful. He better be careful. Ref Alex is making the count. Could disqualify him here. He doesn't want to pick up the win that way. Does Timothy Thatcher.
Brings him back up into the ring.
Plants him right in the center of the ring. Capitalizing, hooking the leg. Here we go. 1, 2.
And another 2 count. Thatcher continues to fight on. Crowd's behind him here. And Gaul wisely just grabs him, pulls him back down to the canvas. Gonna make him fight up. I mean, how tired is Timothy Thatcher at this point. He has taken a lot of punishment. Wise move there by Gaul to bring him back down to the canvas and force him to fight. But here we go. Speaking of fight, he's fighting back up.
This is Rocky Mountain faithful solidly behind Thatcher, getting into a vertical base.
Lefts and rights
Gaul
to the ribs.
Not letting go of that head. Oh, look at that. Those shots to the forearm. Forearm shots to the forearm. I've never seen that before.
Right back to the forearm and wrist area. Just slaps right across the face. And to the left arm again. Snaps him down. What torque he had.
Trying to separate that arm from the rest of Gaul's body.
Belly to belly suplex.
Use the ropes, a little momentum. We could have no. Oh, he stayed on the arm.
And Gaul smartly grabbing his wrist so he doesn't lock in that arm bar, trying to get to that bottom rope to break the hold.
And he's able to get it. Referee starts the count.
Out of desperation, Gaul makes it to that rope, makes the break.
You got to give it to Gaul to have that awareness to keep that arm locked up, to grab that wrist so Timothy Thatcher couldn't lock that arm bar in all the way.
What a matchup we have here on Aces Wild.
Thatcher looking to bring in Gaul over that top rope, and I think Gaul might be trying to bring Thatcher over. Oh, could have been complete disaster.
What a shot. Open hand right across the left side of the face. And then a forearm and another forearm. Back and forth they go here on the outside. Clotheslines him back into the ring.
Oh my goodness, sends him right to the center of the ring.
Thatcher back in control.
Smells blood in the proverbial water.
These guys
are shot, my God.
We are witnessing what, oh, and he brings him over. Hooks the leg.
Hooks the head, hooks the leg, 1-2.
Reversal.
Back on that arm goes Thatcher.
Oh, and he's got the armbar sunk in. Look how deep. How is Gaul going to get out of this?
Nowhere to go. No ropes even near him. You see how Timothy Thatcher is cut up? And there it is.
That is it. Timothy Thatcher with an impressive victory.
Gentlemen, your winner, Timothy Thatcher.
What a matchup, Dean, for these two competitors.
The following contest is a WWE ID official match. Introducing first, from Coffeyville, Kansas, he is Cold Brew Cappuccino Joe! And his opponent, from Sacramento, California, Timothy Thatcher.
And ladies and gentlemen, what a great contest we have here between Timothy Thatcher and Cappuccino Jones. Tony, you were lucky enough to be on the call for Timothy Thatcher's first match here in Rocky Mountain Pro. It's my first time being able to call his match. What an honor this is going to be between him and Cappuccino Jones, one of the hottest wrestlers on the scene today.
Absolutely. Timothy Thatcher, a beast in his own right. And last time we had this matchup, I had a moment to chat with him. He specifically does not wear knee pads because he said, why would I put pillows on my weapons? And he is going to punish his opponent here. That's his intention every time he steps into the ring.
No, punishment is the name of the game for Timothy Thatcher. He's quite good at it. We've called people before artists in the ring. That term no better used than with Timothy Thatcher. An absolute Rembrandt of violence. Oh, goodness. And you see everything Timothy Thatcher does, he does with accurate precision and power. No wasted motion by Timothy Thatcher.
There is intent with every maneuver. And Cappuccino Jones is about to get a lesson here, but look at that. Able to reverse it and stay on top.
Great move there by Jones, putting a sneak in the leg in between Thatcher's, tripping him up. Now he's got the headlock.
And Timothy Thatcher trying to get some kind of leverage here, able to push that head and able to get a head scissors to reverse it on Cappuccino Jones.
One would think that if this match stays on the ground, Tony, that obviously Timothy Thatcher would have the clear-cut advantage as Cappuccino, he's all over the place. He likes to fly, he likes to take it to the ground, but when you're on the mat with Thatcher, that is his wheelhouse. That is where he is the most, well, it's where he's the most comfortable.
Well, as you can see there, Cappuccino Jones had an interesting reversal on getting out of that head scissors and able to get back to that side headlock. It looked like Timothy Thatcher was trying to shake him off a little bit, but Cappuccino Jones has that locked in like a pit bull.
Not letting Thatcher go anywhere. He's got control of the head.
Has been an intense night here at Rocky Mountain Pro and never broken, but now we have an official WWE ID matchup here tonight on what has been an emotional roller coaster and never broken.
You see there, you gotta believe that Timothy Thatcher's got to be a little stressed, a little frustrated that Cappuccino Jones, well, he's been kind of taking Thatcher at his own game here.
He's been able to match him hold per hold. You know, we've seen kind of a jousting back and forth, hold for hold, going back and forth. And Cappuccino Jones, headlock, and look at Timothy Thatcher able to reverse it into a reverse hammerlock.
Well, the great thing about Cappuccino Jones is he's not one to shy away from going outside of what some would think is his wheelhouse. There we go, covered by Timothy Thatcher.
And look at Timothy Thatcher using his face as a fifth appendage. And you know, look on his face, he kind of does that often.
Well, like we said, no wasted motion. Everything he does has a reason behind it.
Cappuccino Jones able to shake off that side headlock, duck under, drop kick.
Beautiful drop kick there by Cappuccino Jones. It goes right back to work with that front face lock. Not a bad idea here by Jones. Oh, but Thatcher looks like he's going for a suplex. Cappuccino able to hold off. Delivers one of his own.
The strength of Cappuccino Jones able to reverse that suplex, but only able to get a 2 count.
Now Chinlock trying to keep Timothy Thatcher grounded.
Cappuccino Jones wrenching back, able to kind of get right underneath that chin, but Timothy Thatcher, his only reprieve is able to get to those bottom ropes.
Well, the smart, he knew where he was at all times, able to use those legs, get to the ropes.
Big European uppercut taking down Cappuccino Jones, and that goes to the ring awareness of Timothy Thatcher. He is a veteran of this sport. His ring awareness showing that here. But look at Cappuccino Jones back in the offense, but another European uppercut.
Well, we know that ground and pound, but when Timothy Thatcher's standing up and he's delivering those big shots, they are lethal, they are nasty.
And look at this. He's got his boot onto the side of the neck, and look at that, kind of contorting the fingers.
Joint manipulation there by Timothy Thatcher, just pulling those fingers back.
That is not supposed to be.
And look at the Cheshire grin on Timothy.
Oh!
Good Lord, just driving those fingers.
Simple maneuver, but devastating still.
Timothy Thatcher showing off that master's degree in joint manipulation, but Cappuccino Jones fighting back with the fire and heart that he's known for. Into the turbo. Oh my goodness, hard into the buckle.
Cappuccino Jones used all his weight, all the momentum to just slam Timothy Thatcher into that turnbuckle, and now that has shifted into his favor. He is on the attack, KD.
Thatcher now on the outside.
Oh!
Just brings that arm down across the top rope, trying to pull that shoulder right out of socket.
Knee shot to the back. And going right back on the attack. Oh!
Now the masochistic surgeon that is Timothy Thatcher going to work on any body part he can find. Covers, only one count, but Tony, did you notice that when he went for the cover, may not have gone for the leg, but he drove his elbow square into the face of Cappuccino Jones, torquing that neck, and now driving that knee onto the side of the head, torquing it even more.
Staying on the attack, not letting a moment of reprieve for Cappuccino Jones is Timothy Thatcher. But look at this. Cappuccino Jones trying to use a little bit of offense, but Timothy Thatcher answering back with a devastating knee strike to the spine.
One thing you got to think about here, Tony, is we're high altitude. We're 5280 here in Denver, in a mile-high city. Timothy Thatcher was here just a few months ago, so he knows what it was going to be like coming into this altitude and using that and having to work against that. Cappuccino Jones, this is his first time at an altitude like this. Was he expecting and was he used to not being able to get the air like he's used to?
I mean, the thin air up here is a dangerous mistress. And Timothy Thatcher has maybe just a little bit of an edge when it comes to that. You're absolutely right, KD.
And you got to think Timothy Thatcher knew this match was coming. This match was set in stone about over a month ago. Timothy Thatcher knew what was coming. He also, like we said, knew what he was coming into with that high altitude. Did he then add some of that into his already intensive training to, again, re-prepare for this contest?
Cappuccino Jones with the cover, sunset flip, pinning combination, and another devastating European uppercut.
Gets met with that nasty shot right to the chest by Timothy Thatcher.
And normally Timothy Thatcher staying on the attack, but he's being a lot more methodical here with Cappuccino Jones. And he's got him set up here for something.
So he's got that arm trap, Tony. So Cappuccino cannot use it against him. He can't defend himself, let alone attempt any offense, as now he's just driving that knee and sends Cappuccino to the outside.
Cappuccino Jones, he needs to regroup here. He needs to go back to the drawing board. He needs to figure out what's it gonna take. And every time he gets a thought in his head, Timothy Thatcher just smacks it right out of him.
And no, ladies and gentlemen, that was not thunder. That was the sound of a man beating another man's chest. Oh, but Jones caught him that time.
He saw it coming. He had it scouted.
May have taken a little too long. And now Jones firing back with some forearm shots. Headbutt. Oh, he's got him set up.
Oh!
Neck breaker using the ropes as an assist.
And Cappuccino Jones, he is stepping it up. He is seeing this is the type of game you have to play. You have to pick this man apart if you want to pick up the victory. Elbow to the top of the head.
Using the rope as a spring and just delivering an elbow right to the top of the head. Going for a cover, but not enough to get him. But again, Jones smart, going right back to trying to ground Timothy Thatcher. Not allowing a lot of space, not allowing Thatcher to really get a maneuver or start to even think of what's next. Delivers a beautiful neck breaker, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, 2, no. Just not enough.
And KD, both of these men have been doing an amazing job of breaking each other down, staying on top of them, not giving them an inch to get any second win and it looks like Cappuccino Jones is going up, but Timothy Thatcher has that scouted.
Took too long. Ascending to the top rope, Thatcher cut him off. What's Thatcher looking for here?
Whatever it is, Cappuccino Jones wants none of it, and he is trying to fight out of it, and that might be the opening he needs. He is going to the top rope. He is up, and he is down.
Big crossbody hooks the leg, too. Not enough to get the win over Thatcher just yet.
Cappuccino Jones going right back, sticking it to Timothy Thatcher, clubbing blows to the spine.
Now lifting him up, just deadlifting him.
Yeah, he didn't have any help there. That was all strength.
Reverse atomic drop though, and Thatcher's able to block whatever Jones had in mind. Oh! That chop reverberating through the fairgrounds here.
And look at Timothy Thatcher putting pressure onto that shoulder to stop that scoop slam. Oh, hurting, got the ears on.
Oh, Michinoku driver there by Jones.
Cover made, leg hooked.
No!
Oh!
So close there. Jones can't believe it. Jones thought that was 3. I think the rest of the fans here did too.
Cappuccino Jones, front face lock, reversal. Timothy Thatcher trying to drive that shoulder in, but able. Oh!
Hard punch.
Look at the roll up, got him stacked.
1,
2.
No, but Thatcher's able to kick out again.
Small package.
Jones trying everything he can to get the win here. European uppercut dodged. Backslide by Jones. 1, 2. Oh, but Thatcher's got him. Oh no, we've seen this before.
Oh no.
We've seen Thatcher use this before. Oh, he's got him hooked. 2, 3, he got him. Thatcher plays spoiler for Jones' Colorado debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Timothy Thatcher.
Timothy Thatcher picking up the victory here, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Cappuccino Jones had an answer for just about everything that Thatcher threw at him, but unable to pick up the victory.
Well, Cappuccino Jones showed why he is where he is in the world of professional wrestling, why he is a star on the rise, why he is one to watch. And I have a feeling, Tony, we are going to see a lot more from this young man very, very soon.
The following contest is a WWE ID match. Skip 1 fall. At 2-6 weighing in at 210 pounds from Detroit, Michigan, the top rim. weighing in at 221 pounds from Sacramento, California, Timothy Thatcher.
Here we go with this ID match, Tony. The first time ever here on Charged. Timothy Thatcher and Freedom Ramsey.
Absolutely, KD. Most of these WWID matches been on Rocky Mountain Pro pay-per-view, but here we go. Here in Charge, it's going to be a exciting matchup.
Well, this is going to be an interesting situation here, Tony. We got to wonder, Freedom Ramsey, a former professional baseball player, has now moved into the world of professional wrestling. His first time here in Rocky Mountain Pro, not his first time against Timothy Thatcher. We do know that. We know Ramsey has actually defeated Timothy Thatcher in action before. The question is, when it comes to Rocky Mountain Pro, when it comes to the state of Colorado, the Rocky Mountain region, Timothy Thatcher, I've dubbed him the spoiler when it comes to action here in Rocky Mountain Pro. 2 ID matches, 2 wins.
But it looks like it happens to be the Freedom Ramsey got a little bit of momentum in his favor in the opening stages of this matchup, and as the two lock up, nice side headlock by Timothy Thatcher.
Just grinding that arm against the side of the head of Ramsey. We've seen Thatcher several times here in Rocky Mountain Pro before, and every time it's that technical prowess, it's that dirty, that gritty style. See there, that beautiful European uppercut goes for the cover, and notice, early on, hooks the leg. No wasted motion.
Great detail. There's those small details that make or break a competitor, and he almost got the victory there. Now he's just dumping Freedom Ramsey out, but Timothy Thatcher went to go check him out and look for him, but nobody was home.
How about that? Ramsey rolls back in the ring as Darren Thatcher telling him, come get you some. Tie up by the 2. Ramsey able to throw Thatcher back into the corner.
And look at that, Timothy Thatcher looking to use every single second and kick into the midsection after the break apart by the referee.
Back to the outside, and Thatcher goes out to follow, but Ramsey again back into the ring. Off the ropes, here comes Ramsey. Beautiful shoulder tackle.
Going for the cover, he's hooking the leg. 2, no! And you got to imagine the strategy by Freedom Ramsey keeping things in the ring, because he knows if he goes on to the outside, that is Timothy Thatcher's game. He is looking to brutalize each opponent he's in the ring with, and you can just do more damage on the outside.
Well, interestingly enough, Tony, it's going completely against what we're used to seeing from Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher, the last several times here in Rocky Mountain Pro, he's kept it in the ring. He's kept it a mat-based match. Instead, tonight, he's thrown Ramsey out to the floor twice in an attempt to brawl.
And of course, Freedom Ramsey having that victory previously, and I think Timothy Thatcher knows that and probably wants to enact a little bit of revenge, get just a little bit more brutal than their previous matchups.
Here comes Thatcher, beautiful body slam there. Gonna follow it up, hard elbow right to the chest, goes for the cover, again hooks the leg, 2. Ramsey able to kick out.
Timothy Thatcher stalking his opponent, setting up here. He rolled right to the center of the back.
Right to that lumbar region. You take out a lot of that back muscles. And again, just driving it.
And you kick the back the right way, that's going to numb the lower extremities. And look at that, going to the attack. And I got oh man, look, oh!
It's got the nose. Fish hook in the nose.
But look at the pressure he's putting on both the knees of Freedom Ramsey. Oh!
That surfboard maneuver by Thatcher, just stretching out that back, and we saw those 2 vicious strikes with the knees. Now Thatcher gonna try to get him off.
Interesting pinning combination with that maneuver.
Thatcher whips Ramsey hard into the turnbuckle, and I think that we have found the target for Timothy Thatcher. I think he's gonna go after that lower back. We saw him driving that back into that middle turnbuckle.
Something that Timothy Thatcher does in all the Rocky Mountain Pro WWE ID matchups. He picks a part of the opponent's body and he just destroys that part of the body in each matchup.
Oh my goodness! Oh. Again, that lumbar and that side right into the turnbuckle. Thatcher now going for the cover, hooks the leg again. He's got him tight, but a kick out.
And look at that, favoring the back is Freedom Ramsey.
This is the more match that we're used to from Timothy Thatcher, that grounded pound, that very technical aspects. I've said it before about Timothy Thatcher. He's an artist when it comes to violence. Some artists, they work in clay, some in paint. This man, he works in sheer brutality.
Only paints in red, KD. Looks like he was trying to go for a scoop slam, but that lower back, which Timothy Thatcher has been attacking this whole time, was able to put a stop to it and back body drop, sending him straight to the canvas.
Belly back suplex, goes for the cover now, again hooks the leg. And now you got to wonder, with that lower back potentially injured there by Freedom Ramsey, you got to wonder, is Thatcher looking to make these covers consistently more in a way to win the match, or is he doing it to make Freedom expel more energy and to use more pressure on that back?
Between his brutalization and his strategic thinking, it could go either way, but
Ramsey
nice reversal.
It. Big knee right to the jaw. Here he comes. Oh, wait a minute, we've seen it before. Freedom Buster.
Going for the cover, leg hooks. 2, no! Timothy Thatcher kicking out before the 3 count, and this match is continuing.
Only 2 count off that Freedom Buster. Now Thatcher looks to be a little worried.
Atomic drop by Freedom Ramsey.
Beautiful calf kick. And letting it ring here through the quarry.
And look at that sides of life here at this Rocky Mountain Pro. Faithful here getting solidly behind Freedom Ramsey.
Thatcher, though, able to get that shot in. Here comes Freedom Ramsey up and over the top rope. Freedom gonna run all the way to the top. Double axe handle off the top rope.
Timothy Thatcher a little bit dazed there, but the speed of Freedom Ramsey might be, oh no! We thought it was done there, but no. Timothy Thatcher kicking out.
Smart move there by Ramsey. Notice he got him down. He hooked both legs there, not just one, trying to make sure that Thatcher couldn't kick out. The sheer aptitude of Thatcher. Again, that European uppercut, that great equalizer.
Of course, Timothy Thatcher, one of the more clean and brutal European uppercuts. A very simple maneuver, but the way that Timothy Thatcher does it adds that extra sauce, if you will.
Got caught with a boot coming in. Here we know what this is here. Free fall. Beautiful second rope blockbuster. The free fall hooks the leg.
Oh, wow, that was so close. Freedom Ramsey almost picking up the victory.
It does not get any closer than that, Tony. 2 9/10 for Freedom Ramsey. Freedom now heading up to the top rope. But Thatcher swinging wildly.
He's got him dazed.
Beautiful crossbody. Oh, Thatcher rolls him through.
Reversal.
1, 2, 3. He got him.
The winner of this match, Timothy Thatcher.
And the spoiler continues his run.
That was amazing. That maneuver by Timothy Thatcher, able to take the momentum of Freedom Ramsey and turning into a pinfall predicament and picking up the victory here.
But nothing to be ashamed of from Freedom Ramsey. A fine showing here in his Rocky Mountain Pro debut. A fine showing here on Charge. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match we just witnessed. But coming up next, we're about to hear from the Locket's champion, Big Daddy Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an official WWE ID match. Tony Nomad here with my broadcast colleague, the journalist, the encyclopedia, Lucas Bradwell. Welcome, Lucas.
What a match we have. The WWE ID official match. And this match, well, this is like a dream match. Timothy Thatcher, we've seen what he has done in these WWE ID official matches. And Ice Williams, he's been great in not only at the WWE ID matches, but he has racked up wins here in Rocky Mountain Pro.
Ice Williams making his way out to the ring, the coldest wrestler on the planet, going up against one of the most dangerous professional wrestlers in the industry today in Timothy Thatcher.
The following contest is a WWE ID official.
This match this match is so important to both men. Cannot be overstated.
The following contest is a WWE ID official match. Introducing the first opponent, Timothy Thatcher. And his opponent, Ice Williams!
Let me correct my colleague down there, Slade. The coldest wrestler on the planet, Ice Williams. That's how an introduction's supposed to be done. But this match, what a treat we have for everyone out there.
Absolutely, indeed, Lucas. I have had the pleasure of calling a number of Timothy Thatcher's matches and a number of Ice Williams matches. This is going to be a treat to call these two athletes and this an official WWE ID prospect match. Off to an early start, Timothy Thatcher. And Ice Williams, looks like he was going for a single leg, but reversing, transitioning into a waist lock. But Timothy Thatcher using that wrist to try to bend Ice Williams to his will, able to reverse it.
Well, and there's nobody better at bending the body parts, at manipulating every joint. Timothy Thatcher is an absolute master at that.
And it looks like Ice Williams is starting to play that mat game with Timothy Thatcher, kind of going into that mat wrestling style. And that's what you got to do when you're going up against that.
Well, yeah, but Ice Williams, it also may be at his betterment if he can maybe make the pace of this matchup a little quicker. Try to stay away from trying to grapple with Timothy Thatcher.
And that's a great point, Lucas. Timothy Thatcher been an influence in a lot of wrestlers in this industry. Gunther himself even said that he is heavily influenced by the teachings of Timothy Thatcher. That's the caliber athlete that Ice Williams has in that ring with him right now.
And there's no better endorsement than what you just mentioned there. That is an incredible endorsement, and you can just see how skilled he is. It's effortless almost for Timothy Thatcher.
Every move is done with reason, and it does a great job of surgically picking apart his opponent, and he's doing that right now. Look at putting the boot to the face of Ice Williams, and looks like he's trying to pull that arm out of socket, but Ice Williams able to reverse it and apply the pressure onto Timothy Thatcher, using that arm to take him down to the mat. Ice Williams been impressive with his mat wrestling thus far, Lucas.
He has been impressive. He has matched Timothy Thatcher, and that is no small task.
Like we said, and you mentioned it, Lucas, typically Ice Williams, he has more of that fast pacing, more of that high flying, super fast on that mat, but he's been doing a great job of keeping Timothy Thatcher grounded on his own game nonetheless.
Yeah, well, it's more about agility and athleticism from Ice Williams typically, but he is showing that he is a very diverse athlete.
European uppercut by Thatcher, and Ice Williams answers right back with a forearm shot to the face. And Timothy Thatcher kind of confused on that one. And listen to this crowd. They know great wrestling here, these Rocky Mountain Rascals, when they see it. And this has been a great matchup.
Ice Williams showing that he can match aggression, and he can match that hard hitting, striking ability as well.
Well, listen to this crowd calling him for it one more time. They got him into the corner. He's measuring him up, and we could see it. And there we go. It's another chop to the chest. And Timothy Thatcher trying to get his head back into this match here.
Yeah, a little bit wobbly.
Just a little bit. And they're trying a little bit of a feeling out process, but reversal by Timothy Thatcher.
Now you're seeing the quickness out of Ice Williams.
And we talked about this earlier. This is what Ice Williams needs to do, but it looks Timothy Thatcher has it scouted, but Ice Williams answers right back with a drop kick. Cover made. Leg hook, 2. No, Timothy Thatcher kicking right out.
Ice Williams picked up the pace, and it paid off for him. Now he's got control of this matchup. He's got to stay on top of Thatcher.
He almost had the victory, and that's looking like that's what he's doing here, opening up the pacing of this matchup, trying to wear Thatcher down with some forearm strikes right to the chest. That's taken all the weight, and a headbutt by Thatcher.
Thatcher willing to do whatever it takes.
Oh!
Shoulder first goes Ice Williams into that turnbuckle.
Thatcher was able to tie his arm behind his back, and he wasn't able to block, throwing his face into that turnbuckle.
And this crowd not showing much appreciation or love for Timothy Thatcher.
And Timothy Thatcher putting that arm over that second rope, tearing at the arm of Ice Williams. No love from this crowd for Timothy Thatcher.
Well, I don't know that I'd agree with the Rascals. I don't think Timothy Thatcher definitely does not suck, but
he doesn't care.
No.
It's not phasing him one bit. Any other wrestler, any other athlete, it might get in their head, but not Timothy Thatcher. It seems like that he's thriving on that, and look at that, making Ice Williams pay for it.
Yeah, this crowd not doing Ice Williams any favors.
Oh! He had to have break in his wrist, Lucas.
That was ugly.
Ref needs to check him out. He could have. I think he broke his wrist.
Yeah. Look like Ice was trying to take the wrist tape off.
Oh no! Right across the ring apron, and his whole arm is damaged for sure. It's got to be.
It is. You could tell Ice Williams is in excruciating pain on the outside. The crowd, that is disgusting. I totally agree.
A different type of disgust than we're used to here. The contortion offense of Timothy Thatcher and driving his shoulder into the ring post. Down goes Ice Williams.
Just doing more damage to the shoulder. Timothy Thatcher, I think, has now decided that he is going to completely incapacitate Ice Williams. That shoulder is going to get ripped out of his limbs if he ain't careful.
Going in the cover here. Ice Williams kicking out, but look at him favoring that left wrist. Could be a hairline fracture that he doesn't know about. And Timothy Thatcher trying to exploit that here. European uppercut, sending him into the ropes, sending him to the inside of the rope with sunset flip by Ice Williams. Timothy Thatcher trying to grab for air, not trying to go down for the pinfall, but going in to an armbar is Timothy Thatcher. Textbook armbar, but look at Ice Williams grabbing, clasping the hands, and using it into a pinning combination. No! Ice Williams able to reverse that armbar and mounting an offense. And Timothy Thatcher answering right back, scoop slam, able to get it right back into his favor.
Timothy Thatcher not wasting any time, but Ice Williams able to move out of the way. Ice Williams still has enough wherewithal to know where he's at. And this crowd really getting behind Ice Williams.
Snap suplex by Timothy Thatcher. And Ice Williams winding up. And nobody home. Ice Williams rolling out of the way. And now it appears Thatcher might have hurt his hand as well.
And this match has turned into a physical affair. This is what you expect out of a match with Timothy Thatcher. And this is just how competitive you would expect a WWE ID prospect official match to be.
Oh, it's a Guri kick, and a glaze has gone over the eyes of Thatcher. Thatcher is wobbly.
but
like
he's still on his feet.
He looks like he's about ready to go down, though.
But look, still staying in this fight is Thatcher, but Ice Williams answering back, capitalizing on a devastating enziguri series of strikes to the face. Ice Williams taking it to Thatcher, into the ropes, reversal by Thatcher, duck under by Ice, and a double hand smash, sending Thatcher down.
He is getting some momentum here, getting himself pumped up, this crowd getting him pumped up, coming off the ropes.
Famouser, with Timothy Thatcher trying to go 1, 2, no! Timothy Thatcher kicked out.
Just by a hair was he able to get his shoulders up. And this match has turned into an absolute classic.
What a matchup between these two athletes. Unofficial WWE ID prospect match. Ice Williams, Timothy Thatcher, another enziguri by Ice Williams to the second rope. Elbow smash to the back of the head. Ice Williams scrambling for the cover. He's got the leg hook. 2, 3, no! Timothy Thatcher kicks out.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I thought that was 3.
The ref says it's 2. Timothy Thatcher is still alive.
How close was that? You gotta feel how much this means to both men. Their dreams are on the line in this matchup.
Ice Williams going for that icebreaker, but Timothy Thatcher has it scouted. He's got him here. He's going for a backslide pinning predicament here too. Ice Williams able to roll back out of it. Double underhook by Timothy Thatcher. And a suplex. Going for the cover. 2. And Ice Williams continuing to kick out. But Ice Williams, he's in trouble now. Timothy Thatcher going for a reverse armbar.
And he's trying to get some extra torque on it. Ice Williams trying to position himself closer to the ropes.
Ice Williams going to have to do something. He's going to have to switch his hips and get his feet to the, but he's able to get to the bottom rope. The ref is calling for the hold to break, but Timothy Thatcher using every second of that 5 count to inflict more pain, more damage onto Ice Williams.
That's what a veteran does. A veteran tries to get every ounce of a pain that he can get out of move. Maybe going for that
back body drop by Ice Williams. He was signaling for it. Oh, icebreaker! And out of the ring goes Timothy Thatcher.
How unfortunate for Ice Williams.
Ice Williams scrambling to get him right back into the ring. That's got to be it. He's got to get him into the ring to get the pinfall. Ice Williams trying all that he can to get him in. Ice Williams with a forearm shot. The experience of Timothy Thatcher able to roll out of the ring so Ice Williams couldn't pin him. Ice Williams trying to get him back in here. These two are fighting for position.
Thatcher holding on.
Headbutt by Thatcher.
This match has worn me out. Can you imagine what these two are feeling like?
I don't even want to think about it. Oh, he got some of that icebreaker onto Thatcher. And he got it out there.
A third
icebreaker,
one.
Icebreaker, 2, 3. Ice Williams wins. Ice Williams wins. What a matchup, Lucas.
That might be Ice Williams' biggest win in this ID program.
And your winner, Ice Williams.
Lucas, we just witnessed 2 gladiators destroy each other's bodies, but Ice Williams with an icebreaker picks up the victory in a big win over Timothy Thatcher.
That is an instant classic, and this is what the WWE ID prospect is all about.
What a victory for Ice Williams. What an impressive victory indeed. Ice Williams, your victory here in this official WWE ID match.
And a victory like that is what could make his dreams come true. Kudos to both men. What a just classic matchup we just witnessed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the encyclopedia, Lucas Bradwell, I'm Tony Nomad. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
The following contest is for the Rocky Run Pro Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Nomad joined with me in commentary by the legendary journalist himself, Mr. Lucas Bradwell.
And it is going to be a pleasure to call this matchup. Rocky Mountain Pro Championship on the line.
Damon Ace, a dominant champion here, Rocky Mountain Pro. I have to say, this has to be the biggest challenge of his to date against a brutal competitor like Timothy Thatcher.
Timothy Thatcher has been a WWE ID machine, winning every match that he's been in here at Rocky Mountain Pro. And he's earned this title shot, especially if his resume alone makes him a Rocky Mountain Pro title contender.
Weighing at 280 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, he is the RMP champion, the weapon,
That's what it's all about, Lucas. The Rocky Mountain Pro Championship. And look, Damon Ace, not intimidated by Timothy Thatcher. Any other competitor would be intimidated, but not the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion, Damon Ace.
No, there is no intimidation on either side. Neither man is intimidated by the other. Timothy Thatcher has just about seen it all in his wrestling career. And this match here is a Dudes and Belts exclusive. I know all about that as I am also on the Dudes and Belts. You know that we are going to have everything to break down this match. You can watch this exclusively on our Rocky Mountain Pro Twitch channel. And of course me, Maki Pins, Johnny Death Drop, Coastal Crusader are going to break everything down about this Rocky Mountain Pro title match.
And look at this, a little bit of mat wrestling here by Timothy Thatcher. And Damon Ace, not a stranger to this type of mat wrestling, but typically he's more of the hard-hitting, more of the brutal type of competitor. So he's going to have to contend with both Timothy Thatcher being a brutal competitor as well as a technically sound.
And it's like he knows how to manipulate every body part, but we've also said that about Damon Ace, the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion. He also knows how to do that.
And Timothy Thatcher has a knack in every match that I've had the pleasure of calling here by Timothy Thatcher. He picks one extremity, one portion of the body, and he attacks that, wearing that opponent down as it becomes a factor late in the later stages of his matches. And Damon Ace has to know that. He's not Rocky Mountain Pro Champion for anything.
No,
he has studied these matchups.
You know he studied it. You know he has watched Timothy Thatcher. He's been in the back looking at every match that he's had here at Rocky Mountain Pro.
Oh no, look at this, Timothy Thatcher. He does not have anything pleasant here to say. Oh, knee to the wrist. He had going right back on the attack, going for, look at that, going for an armbar. Damon Ace got his wits about himself, able to grip his hands, but he's kind of turning it, trying to turn it to something else.
And how often do you see this, that Damon Ace is on the receiving end of someone picking apart a body part of his? You just do not see this.
Damon Ace kicking out at 2, and Damon Ace rolling out of the ring, trying to dictate the pacing of this matchup. And Damon Ace staring daggers at Timothy Thatcher. Timothy like, come on, man, get in the ring. Let's do this.
Damon Ace now he is playing defense. And it's almost like he's a little bit taken aback by this.
Damon Ace reluctant to get into the ring. I've never seen that trepidation with the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion.
But maybe playing a little possum there, drawing it. Thatcher, well, look at Thatcher. Quick reversal and look at the leg. Can you imagine if Timothy Thatcher becomes the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion? What kind of showcase does that bring to Rocky Mountain Pro, having a WWE ID guy as the Rocky Mountain Champion? Look at this.
The brutalization of, look at that, a wrist lock, a finger lock, an arm bar, all with one single maneuver. Picking apart the Rocky Mountain Pro Champion is Timothy Thatcher.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think we're going to have a new champion.
If anything, Damon Ace will not be the same after this. Oh, God! Timothy Thatcher driving.
There's another
over here. Cook. And no, Damon Ace in agony, kicking out before the 3 count.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is unbelievable, seeing Damon Ace in this kind of predicament. Timothy Thatcher he's having a good time here, doing exactly what he does best, and that's just pick apart his opponent.
Timothy Thatcher with a stomp to the hands of Damon Ace, and is trying to look like he's trying to send him back in the ring. Oh, no! Oh! Picking up his head and driving his throat across the side of the ring apron, and he's got a side headlock, going pounding, clubbing blow to the chest. Timothy Thatcher is punishing Damon Ace.
The other unbelievable part of this matchup is Timothy Thatcher is actually the more aggressive of the 2 competitors in this match.
And that's a good point there. Typically, you see Damon Ace being the aggressor, but it looks like he might be your big European uppercut by Damon Ace, kind of shifting the momentum in this matchup.
Damon Ace still has something left. And a wounded Damon Ace might be even more dangerous than usual here.
Oh, big clothesline sending Timothy Thatcher down to the canvas. Damon Ace going right back for a reverse chin lock.
Now is Damon Ace trying to slow things down, make Thatcher be on the defensive.
Look at that, just wrenching down on the neck of Timothy Thatcher is Damon Ace, and oh, soccer kick to the back. Yeah, what a stop to the head. And right behind the ears.
Cover.
Only able to get a 1 count on that one, but look at Damon Ace going right back onto the attack, wearing down Timothy Thatcher, continuing to wrench down on that neck.
Yeah, wrench down on the neck, looked like he was pulling at the jaw as well. Oh, and Thatcher trying to sweep the leg. Ace, get out of the way.
Look at he's trying to do a little of guard pulling here, if you will. Interesting choice of strategy for this type of style wrestling match.
And Thatcher right back on that injured arm of Damon Ace.
And look at that, got a reverse hammerlock, keeping one arm. Oh, driving a series of forearm shots. Big European uppercut, sending Damon Ace out to the rampway here.
On the steel rampway.
And that is a steel rampway. That is a non-forgiving. And Timothy Thatcher, oh no, what's he gonna do here? Big European uppercut, sending Damon around. Oh, shoulder tackle, taking Timothy Thatcher down.
Damon exploded off the ropes with that shoulder tackle, and he's got to keep on the offensive because every time Timothy Thatcher has had an opening, he's taking advantage of it.
Damon Ace pulling on the hair of Timothy Thatcher and driving the back of his head into that steel. Damon Ace is picking apart Timothy Thatcher right here, just below us here, commentary, Lucas.
And it looks like Damon Ace, the opening that he needed was getting this match to the outside where he could be a little more liberal with his offense.
And the ref is up to 8. These guys need to get back in here or else we're going to see a double count out. Oh, clothesline spilling. Timothy Thatcher up and over the ropes, back into the ring. Cover made. He's got the leg hooked. No! So close, Lucas. So close.
Damon still trying to get some feeling back in that arm.
Still some life left in Timothy Thatcher in spite of the brutality of the weapon. Damon Ace continuing stomp to the head.
And this is more, this is more what we're used to seeing out of Damon Ace. Right? Timothy Thatcher took Damon out of his element earlier on in this matchup, but now Damon is right back to being the aggressor.
And you got to think, Damon Ace, he has gone through a lot of competitors here at Rocky Mountain Pro. Dustin Urick, Briscoe Crown, our own, the founder, Mercury Yated. He's got all of these lined up. Could we see the tide turn? Could we see Damon Ace lose that title here tonight?
Don't forget, Damon has a victory defending the title against another WWE ID prospect, and of course, Ice Williams.
Of course, a great series of matchups between these two competitors, and I'm sure word got to Timothy Thatcher about that, and that's why he's here today. Maybe he's thinking, maybe I need to teach this guy a lesson. Maybe keep him down a notch, so to speak.
And these men have brutalized one another. Both men are feeling the effects. Oh, and once again, going right back to that arm, stopping that arm.
He's going for the cover. 2! But that time, Timothy Thatcher not hooking the leg, and Damon Ace was to use the momentum of both his feet to kick out before 3.
That shoulder, I think, is bothering Thatcher, and I think that's the reason he wasn't able to hook the leg.
Yeah, you can see that looks like there's a little bit of tenderness, a little bit reluctancy to use that side of that part of his extremity. But look at this.
It's kind of a front chancery now reversing it.
And a sleeper hold applied. But able to get to the side, suplex, able to break the hold.
And now we're back to square one, both men down. Who's going to be able to get to their feet first?
Timothy Thatcher trying to muster as much energy as he can, and he is able to hook the leg this time, and no! Damon Ace kicking out.
Thatcher trying to rally himself, trying to pump himself up and fight through the pain that he's feeling in that shoulder.
Damon Ace seemed to be favoring the small of his back here, but he looks like he's going for a double underhook. Is Timothy Thatcher, and I think Damon Ace has that scouted. He's trying to attack. Oh, what a clubbing blow to the top of the back. And Damon Ace going for an armbar to try to take him down to the canvas, but Damon Ace able to get his feet up and underneath him, and driving Timothy Thatcher into the corner.
Now, once again, going for a sleeper hold. And maybe this is the right strategy. Try to put Timothy Thatcher away with a sleeper hold to retain his title.
And that's the only way you're going to beat a competitor like Timothy Thatcher. You're going to have to drain his energy away from him. And Damon Ace is doing just that. Look at that. Going to attack him a little bit, then apply that sleeper hold. Timothy Thatcher trying to get a little bit of motivation here. And listen to this crowd here. Getting this all the way behind Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, this crowd trying to get Timothy Thatcher out of this situation. And quickly going for that armbar.
He's got him set up, and it's not completely locked in. But Damon Ace, look at the ring awareness of the weapon, able to get his foot onto that bottom rope. That would have been curtains.
Yeah, especially as much damage that has been done to that arm during this match.
Oh, right to the eyes by the weapon.
And now,
cutter!
A cutter!
Cutter!
A hook of the leg!
1, 2, 3!
And Damon Ace retains!
Damon Ace wins! Damon Ace retains!
The winner of this match is still your RMP champion, Damon Ace!
Lucas, what a matchup we have just witnessed here tonight.
Damon Ace has had some big victories in his career, but I believe that might be his biggest victory to date.
There's no doubt about it. This is a victory. This is a notch on the belt, so to speak, for the weapon. Damon Ace picking up the victory, a clean victory over Timothy Thatcher.
And you gotta think, every man that he has beaten, he just seems to be getting better and better. The competition gets better, and he just continues to win. Will he ever lose that Rocky Mountain Pro Championship?
I would say no. I would say, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Dudes and Belts exclusive. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and add that Tier 2 subscription, only $9.99. You can be a part of the action. Enjoy all of our pay-per-views. But that is all the time we have. We'll see you next time, folks.
Well, ladies and
gentlemen, Tony Nomad here. Welcome to an extended main event here for some extra charge, a YouTube exclusive, a special WWE ID matchup.
Yeah, I'm here too, Tony. We've got it. This is a very special match. I mean, we've got Mike Cunningham, main man energy here at Beer Stock.
Of course, Mike Cunningham. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute.
He gets a. What does he think? He's Draper?
I mean, the ladies love him. Dare I say that they love him more than Draper? We don't know yet.
Don't.
It's too soon.
That is blasphemy.
It is blasphemy. I will agree. But a young up-and-comer making waves. Just a year and a half in the professional wrestling business, and wait a minute.
He takes his pants off too? That's gotta be copyright infringement or something. He wants a mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I mostly mean the ladies, I'm the main man, Mike Cunningham, and I'm a WWE ID prospect. A lot of people say, main man, you're a fast rising star. Sunglasses off. There's another guy that's a fast rising star, and I'm glad I'm in Denver to deliver this message. This guy's a quarterback. He was drafted in 2024. He wears number 10. I think everyone knows what I'm about to say, right? He's a total winner. And I'm talking about Drake May.
Oh, come on. Fake May? There's only one number 10 that's a rising star.
You didn't think I was going to say old fragile Bo Nix, did you? Well, the guy I'm wrestling tonight, Tim Thatcher, get ready to join old Bo Nix on the injury reserve, because you're going to find out that I am the MME of the WWE. Sunglasses back on. That's main man energy.
Mike Cunningham laying down the law here in this WWE ID matchup. But Timothy Thatcher is out here. I think he's going to get a lesson, Mr. Main Man Energy.
I hope so. I was starting to be a main man energy guy, but until he made the Bo Nix comment.
Oh, he's coming out here. He's taking shots at Draper. He's taking shot at Bo Nix. He's making no fans here for this Beer Stock Lager House crowd.
And now he's getting in the ring with a very grumpy old man in Timothy Thatcher. That's his words, not mine.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we got Sonny. He's going to go into the ring for championship introductions.
The following contest is a WWE ID official match scheduled for one fall and has a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing 210 pounds, the main man, Mike Cunningham.
And that's about what you'd expect after making those comments.
Ref Alice catching some hell, trying to keep Timothy Thatcher back.
And his opponent, from Sacramento, California, weighing 222 pounds, Timothy Thatcher!
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, official WWE ID matchup. Timothy Thatcher taking on Main Man Energy, Mike Cunningham, and the bell is rung. Here we go, and they lock up.
This should be one hell of a matchup, old school versus new school. I mean, it doesn't get much more old school than Timothy Thatcher. I mean, look at that, already a little joint manipulation.
Timothy Thatcher definitely has his PhD in joint manipulation. He is giving a lesson to Cunningham. Look at the torque. Oh my goodness.
How is his hand even attached to his wrist still?
Timothy Thatcher taking the attack right back to Mike Cunningham, keeping the pressure on Mike Cunningham, of course, young up-and-comer, just a year and a half into professional wrestling, coming out of the Nightmare Factory, trained by the likes of Cody Rhodes, QT Marshall, and of course Billy Gunn. How can we forget Billy Gunn?
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yes, he is. To the ropes goes Timothy Thatcher, a shoulder block. Oh, he's going for the quick cover here. This could be it. One. And a kick out by Mike Cunningham, but right back onto the offensive is Timothy Thatcher, going right back to torquing the joints, tearing at the ligaments of Mike Cunningham.
I must say, Cunningham looks like $1 million. He looks like a star. He looks like the next big thing. But,
Big European uppercut by Timothy Thatcher. That's got to be it. What's it going to take Mike Cunningham down? Everything that Timothy Thatcher throws at him, Mike Cunningham just gets right back up.
And you know, Timothy Thatcher, he's no stranger here at Rocky Mountain Pro. He's had a handful of WWE ID official matches here.
And look at a rake up the face by Timothy Thatcher and rolling over and giving some free chiropractic work is Timothy Thatcher onto Mike Cunningham and going into a pinning combination and rolling out of it is Mike Cunningham up to get to the ropes, but going for a scoop slam by Timothy Thatcher to the ropes and measuring a big elbow drop right across the chest, going back for the cover. What a matchup here, Lucas.
Well, right now it's Timothy Thatcher just taking main man energy to school. He is showing him exactly what professional wrestling is all about right now.
Timothy Thatcher staying on target, trying to get the victory here and continuing to put the wear and tear on to Mike Cunningham, just driving the, oh man, about ripped the arm out of socket. Only a 2 count.
Yeah, just like main man energy ripped his pants off, Timothy Thatcher almost ripped his arm off, and now what is he going for here?
He's got the double underhooks and Blake doesn't have him quite hooked in, and it looks like Mike Cunningham has that scouted, able to do a reversal hammerlock, driving him face first into the turnbuckle. Oh, and a reverse neck breaker by Mike Cunningham.
And did you see the extra torque he got by jumping in the air? That had some extra impact, and now he's got the advantage here.
Look at the ankle pick by Timothy Thatcher, able to get Mike Cunningham down to the mat, and now he is just contorting the leg of Mike Cunningham, trying to relieve some of that pressure with a boot to the face. And that's the only way you can get out of that move.
Doing everything he can to try to fight off this relentless attack of Timothy Thatcher.
Into the ropes, reversal by Mike Cunningham, and and a big drop kick. I think he knocked him out, Lucas.
You're seeing the athleticism of Mike Cunningham. Unbelievable athleticism, and he had to get 6 feet in the air with that drop kick.
How in the hell is Timothy Thatcher able to get up? To the ropes goes Cunningham, and back to the other side. He's getting full speed. Oh!
My God!
Almost decapitated Timothy Thatcher. Going in a rollover, he's got the leg hooked. You've got to be kidding me. What is keeping Timothy Thatcher in this matchup?
Well, he's as tough as nails, but you are seeing why everyone's making such a big deal about this young man, Mike Cunningham. You are seeing just unbelievable athleticism, and the potential here is through the roof.
Back to the ropes goes Mike Cunningham, and a leg drop right across the throat, going for the cover again. Timothy Thatcher not even getting a 1 count, able to kick out. Mike Cunningham's gonna have to do something here because Timothy Thatcher looks like he's trying to dig deep. Going for the reverse chin lock. Timothy Thatcher trying to switch positions, trying to get some relief onto that reverse chin lock.
And this is what Cunningham has to do. He has to stay on top of Thatcher. Don't allow Thatcher to get any kind of recovery time. Thatcher is in great cardio shape. We know that.
Absolutely, and he's able to get to his feet. Series of elbow strikes in the midsection, but Mike Cunningham answering right back, smashing the back of Timothy Thatcher's head to the canvas.
And that was a veteran move out of a guy who's only been doing this for a year and a half. That was very wise.
Rip Alex trying to check on Timothy Thatcher. And Mike Cunningham going right back onto the attack, taking the boots right to the chest of Timothy Thatcher. Trying to get him up to a vertical basis. Mike Cunningham going into the ropes goes Thatcher. And a big back elbow by Mike Cunningham. Has two legs hooked. But, that's how you get out of that.
Yeah, that's how you combat that athleticism that's been put on display by Cunningham. Oh, kick to the back.
Very stiff kick to the back. Answering right back with a kick of his own is Mike Cunningham. Mike Cunningham knows what's on the line here, and he is not letting up. But you got to think the veteran prowess of Timothy Thatcher is playing a factor in here in this matchup. To the ropes goes Thatcher. Sleeper applied by Cunningham.
And Cunningham once again going to a little bit of an old school maneuver. He's shown that athleticism, but then at times he tries to wear down Thatcher. This is smart. This is smart by the main man energy.
Timothy Thatcher showing signs of life here. Elbow to the midsection, but he has not let go of the grip. Has Mike Cunningham. Mike Cunningham still holding on to a side headlock position, but able to break the grip is.
Oh my God! Did you hear that?
Oh, I'm just right here, right in front of it. But look at Mike Cunningham staying the fight to Timothy Thatcher. Oh! Suplex, side suplex by Timothy Thatcher. It's anybody's matchup here.
What great back and forth action here in this bonus match here on Charge. You guys are getting a special treat here tonight.
Timothy Thatcher going to the ropes and a belly-to-belly overhead suplex, and that has Mike Cunningham staggered. Able to get to his feet, but European uppercut sent him right back down, but look at him jump right back up, but answering right back with another European uppercut. Timothy Thatcher not done with him yet, setting him up. He's got him hoisted up in a snap suplex, going for the cover. Timothy Thatcher has the leg hook. 2, 3, no!
He kicked out, and I mean just barely. Was Cunningham able to get out of that? This match has been unbelievable. It has been absolute precision by Timothy Thatcher when he's been on the offensive.
I think Timothy Thatcher, he's calling to end this right now. He's trying to lock in those double underhooks. Mike Cunningham able to get out.
Big right hand.
Massive right hand right to the spine buster. Rolling over to the cover. 2, 3. Oh my God! Timothy Thatcher kicks out.
Are you sure that wasn't 3? That sure looked like 3 to me.
What an impressive matchup here at the Bierstadt Lager House.
Oh, MME going for main man energy, but no.
Back body drop by Thatcher. Thatcher got a hold of Cunningham, double underhook, suplex right into the back. Going for the scramble and cover. Got the leg hooked. 3, that's it.
Your winner, Timothy Thatcher!
What a matchup, Lucas. What a back and forth between these two competitors. But Timothy Thatcher is your winner.
Well, you already know how impressed I am by Timothy Thatcher, but I'm telling you what, Mike Cunningham just put on a display. I know he didn't come out on top, but this guy has a big-time future in professional wrestling.
You can't deny that. We saw that. We got to witness this here on display. What a big future we have for this man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. Join us next time for Charge. For Lucas Bagwell, I'm Tony Nomad. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.